Hey there everybody, Abacus again. This time we're on to Mission 2 of Sniper Elite V2 Remastered, Mittelwerk. Just gonna aggro this one sniper first. You can sneak up there and backstab him for a silent stealth kill, but I like to save a couple of seconds and have him come to me, at least a little bit. There's going to be a lot of kiting in this particular mission because there's a lot of guards, and you can shoot your way through guns blazing, but there's a lot of opportunities to stay stealthy enough that you can make it a decent amount of the way through the Metalworks factory without triggering anybody. And here's the first mechanic we're going to be making a lot of use of. Wait until you hear this really loud noise, and then snipe during the loud noise. So you see how nobody heard that? It's because, now I'm not 100% sure what it is. It looks kind of like a missile going off. But whatever it is, it hid the sound of our rifle. And there's a couple of them. The radio that comes on every so often does that. There's another one. I don't have anyone to shoot though. But that is one of the mechanics that is sort of showcased. And obviously they're trying to encourage the player to do this sort of thing. It should be around this point in the game where the game will inform you that the achievement you're the closest to getting is the one where you get a silent kill where the environment is covering your noise for you. So at the moment we are sneaking around this backside. There are a bunch of dudes in the courtyard, and there are more guards in those, I don't know the function of, they look like maybe bunkers, not bunkers, but quartering houses. There's guards in those, and there's guards in, this is the only place you can kind of sneak through without anyone seeing you. So this is usually the route that I take. I got kind of lucky in this playthrough. There's usually a guy that spawns at the base of the sniper tower, the second one, and he will go up there and check on the sniper. And when that happens, you need to follow him up there. For whatever reason, he didn't spawn on this particular playthrough. But he's, yeah, see, there I'm checking for him, but he's not there, so I didn't have to worry about him. But normally I do. But in general, it's a lot easier to just sneak your way through these guys, because when it's time to get back out, because we'll be fleeing this base with a wave of flame behind us, kind of like the ending of Halo. But in this, these guys aren't going to be here. It doesn't remember who you killed, so there's no real reason to get into a firefight at this stage if you don't need to. It is a little bit slower, though, as we sneak around the side, get into the base. Yeah, look at all those dudes that we don't have to worry about. And yeah, so there's a lot of instances like this where I basically avoid the big set pieces. Not quite as exciting, but this is a walkthrough, and this is, in my opinion, the easiest way to beat this part of the level. So now I've made it into the base. I'm playing a little passively here. I don't have to play passive, but just getting myself ready for this next fight. So when you're inside the base like this, the thing that causes your noise to be silent, that allows you to shoot without issues, it's kind of like it's like there's a rail car or something that goes up on top, and you'll hear it after we take out this guy with some pretty pathetic shots. This pistol is actually really good in multiplayer, which is why I keep making the mistake of going, like, you could totally hit these shots with the multiplayer well rod, but does not work nearly as well in single player. And so, did you hear all that rattling? That is when you can shoot people and not have to worry about anyone hearing you. And I'm trying to be a little bit sneaky here because basically this entire base... There's another guy. The rail cars are... I want to say they're like completely random. Sometimes I'll wait ages just begging for a rail car to come through. And other times like that, you get two in quick succession. You just kind of have to be lucky. Anyway, as I was saying, pretty much this whole base gets alerted if anyone finds out about you. But simultaneously, it's not really worth dragging bodies and hiding them. Like, sometimes I do that, and I'm never rewarded for doing so. So usually it's a lot quicker to just try to speed run it. Just run as fast as you can, take out guards. I'm trying to... There's 2 guards left in this section. So yeah, take that guy out. This final guy I'm not too fussed about because I know that he's the final guard in this area, and then once I take him out, there's not going to be anybody around to get triggered by this guy because there's basically like 2 giant halves of the base. And we're about to broach into the second half of the base over here. So yeah, try to keep things stealthy for your early kills for the 2 halves of the base. If you want some backstory as to what's going on, so in the previous mission, remember we killed that doctor guy on the convoy? And when we killed him, we looted this location from his papers, and we found out that this metalworking facility is where they're building the big missile. Our big goal in this whole game is to stop the missile, so we're like, well, why don't we go in and blow up that missile? And so as far as the main character is concerned, he just has to blow up this base. And then he plans to go home, back to America. Mission accomplished. But unfortunately, the plot gets a little more complicated before he can do that. Yeah, this kind of screws things up, but not in a big way that matters. This is around the time that you don't have to really worry about being stealthy anymore. All the satchels are placed, as soon as we place this third one. So it's less important that it's okay if the alarm goes off at this point, because we don't have to progress anywhere. We're heading straight to, I can't remember the guy's name, Schweiger's? Somebody's office. I think it's Schweiger. This particular run, I was really unlucky when it came to grenades. This is the only grenade I get in the entire run. And to be fair, I'm not looting a lot of dudes, I know, but even then, I usually expect to have more grenades than the single grenade. And some of these dudes have grenades on their character. I just still didn't get one when I looted them. So honestly, we've already done the difficult parts of the game. Look, like that guy totally had a grenade on him, and random number god decided to give me well rod bullets, because Lord knows I need more pistol bullets at this stage. But most of the hard things have happened. There is a part that is supposed to be a lot harder than this, but there's also a way to completely bypass it, which I'm going to be showcasing. You don't have to worry at all about people. I act a little skittery in this particular footage because I didn't realize that you can still hear Germans talking to each other, saying like, he's around here somewhere. And I thought, oh my gosh, are there Germans in this area? Yeah, that. And I'm like, what? Who's keeping their eyes open? But nobody. Somebody on a different part of the map is keeping their eyes open. And you don't have to do this little thing I'm doing here. If you haven't played this game before, you're gonna see a cutscene character up here. So I was setting a landmine so that he'll blow up the millisecond the cutscene ends. I put dynamite and not a landmine, which means that doesn't happen because I'm an idiot, but it works if you put a landmine. And the reason you do that is because he has the best vantage point, and he's got like the best chance to hit you, and the cutscene just ended. It's really easy to just remove that guy from the picture.
The scientists were nowhere to be found, but I kept looking, hoping to find some clue that would lead me to them.
So the game really wants you to stand in that window and start sniping people. I mean, it's this giant corridor. There's a bunch of explosive things that you can shoot. It's actually a pretty fun shootout if you're willing to do it. This is a walkthrough, and I'm here to let you know that you don't have to. You can do what I'm doing here. Take that side route all the way over to these catwalks. Run down these catwalks. The AI are currently still pressing your position because they haven't seen you yet. I mean, they've seen you now, but you've already turned the corner, and now the base is exploding, and everybody just wants to get out of there. I'm not 100% sure why the base started exploding. Oh, the satchel charges. Okay. I don't know how I just got that. I was always like, our character didn't do anything. He was just listening to the radio. But I guess it is at this point that he's like, you know what, I think it's time to blow these satchels while I'm getting out of here, so... Me and my good buddy here. Me and this guy, we go totally back. He's my spy in the base. Don't want to kill my spy. Just kidding, he's not my spy. I'm sorry, spy. I always loved you. Anyway, we've escaped the base. It's time to get outside. That sniper respawned. He's the most annoying part. These other guys, you don't have to worry too much about them. Escape the exact same way that I came in. Don't run through the courtyard. Go around the side once you deal with these guys. Which honestly, maybe didn't even have to do. This particular map is not really balanced for the player running completely around the perimeter. I guess they just figured that at some point you're going to expose yourself to a little more fire. But if you completely strafe the sides, then you can bypass a bunch of the firefights on this particular map. So the player character, he's discovered that that German doctor, Dr. Schweiger, he tried to betray the Nazis, and so our original would be to go kill him, but now that he's not, the American Carl Fairburn main character, he's like, oh, I gotta reevaluate my strategy here. Well, right now I gotta get out alive, but spoiler alert, I get out alive. And that's pretty much it. There's not much else to say. Pretty simple. Just get through these last few guys and then make it to the little blinking rhombus. I guess it's not blinking, it's more like pulsing. But that's it for that particular level. Thank you for attending another one of these. Hope you learned a cool trick or two, and I will see you all in the next video for Mission 3.